Good day and welcome to my Evergreen Online's website tutorials. Today I'm going to teach you about shopping and how to use your shopping cart. For this example, I've pre-filled my shopping cart to about 76 items, but I'm going to add a few more to teach you all about the new features that we've added in our website. For this example, I'm shopping the outdoor garden area, doormats, and I'm going to focus on sassafras. First thing to note is that you will see on the left-hand side of the screen a filter area that will allow you to sort through all of the products to specify a specific selection that you would have in mind. You can filter by price, materials, themes, holidays, product types, collections, colors, features, sort through all of our programs, sets, and assortments, as well as shop items on sale or in a specific season. One thing to note about the products themselves is that you will see up at the top, which is the brand name, and how it works is our shopping cart is grouped by brand name as well as availability. So that's something to keep in mind as you shop, because the brand name here is, for example, Evergreen, and the shipment group is within 15 days. So as you shop, you'll be able to see that almost immediately. One other thing to note, of course, is the price, the SKU, the quantity, which is pre-filled for you up at the bottom. As you add items to add or decrease items of quantity, it will automatically add it by incremental quantities and minimum quantities. You can, of course, add to cart from this page or add to the wish list from this page. So what I'm going to do is just add a couple of items to my cart. And as you click the add to cart button, you'll see, of course, the button flash and say item is added to the cart. One other great feature that we've added and we know that you're going to love is the ability to filter out all of the products based on inventory availability. How this works is that our product selection is grouped within 4 distinct shipment groupings. There are products that are, of course, available now, available within 15 days, available to pre-order within 60 days, and then, of course, after 60 days. So you can plan out your holidays and your inventory quite easily using this feature. One of the great things to note is that this is persistent, so it will follow you along the shopping experience unless you come back and decide to apply a different filter. So for example, if you want to add products that are only available now or shop our website with products that are only available now, you can choose to do so by hitting apply. And as you can see, the product selection auto sorts to only show you those products that have that inventory that is available for you to purchase now. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of those items to the cart. Now up at the top is the cart, and at this point there's 91 items. There is a 3-step process to check out, which you can see here. This is the first step, which is the shopping cart, of course. The checkout is later, which will allow you to add in your payment information and billing information. And then, of course, at the end, you will be able to confirm your order and get an immediate PDF copy of it as soon as you hit submit. One of the things to note is that based on your location, when you've registered, you will see a chart of your freight rate levels. So you can see that as you start adding items to the cart, the cost savings that are available to you. One of the other great things to note is that we have now integrated promotions into the shopping cart. So the same experience that you get shopping with a salesperson will be available to you on this website. One of the other things to know is up at the top, you will be able to see every shipment is within its own group. And you can see the one brand is Evergreen here on the right side of the screen, gives you a little summary. The Evergreen brand subtotal is about $720. And the Plow and Hearth grouping is a separate shopping cart. Within the Evergreen cart, I do have 4 distinctive shipment groupings, which will split out into 4 different split orders. So that is something to keep in mind. One of the other great features that we've added is the ability to select your ship date. So perhaps you don't want the items that are available now to ship to you today. Perhaps you'd like them shipped in a couple of weeks. You can select the date and request the ship date in 2 weeks. One of the other things to note is that the cart will direct you on if you have met order minimums or have not met order minimums. In this situation, we do have a cart here that I've only have $24 of products in this cart, and in order to check out, I need $150. Same thing here at the after 60-day level, which is $132. The Plow and Hearth cart in this situation is only $120. Plow and Hearth does require a $500 minimum per shipment grouping. So for example, if I had products that are available now, I would need two carts of $500. You will have an estimated freight cost at the bottom. The tax is calculated at the time of the shipment. We do require you to send us a reseller form in order to save on the tax. And you will be able to see the subtotal of all of your shopping carts. One of the things, so as you start analyzing your products, you can make the decisions as to what you would like to do. Some of the other great features, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom so that I can see the Plow and Hearth cart. In this situation, I only have 2 items in my cart, and I don't meet the $500 minimum. So for this example, I'm going to decide to save this cart for later. This is one of our new features that will allow you to save the cart so that it doesn't hold up the checkout process. I can decide I want to move individual items for save for later, or perhaps even delete them if I choose. Or at the very bottom, I can decide I want to save the entire cart for later. So what I'm going to do is select Save for Later, and I've moved both of those items into the Save for Later area. From this point on, if I decide that I do want to continue this checkout process, I can move them back into the cart one by one, or decide to move all of the items back into the cart with one click. The one thing to note here is that if, for example, I've saved items a few days ago, and perhaps they were in the 15-day grouping, but today they are in stock and they're available now, when you move them back to cart, it will move it into the current availability, which in that example would be now versus in the 15-day grouping. So that is something to note, is that the availability will decide which cart it's going to be put in. And so now I'm going to scroll up back to the top so that I can see my summary again. So I know, for example, that the promotions start around the $500 level. And I have 2 carts that don't meet minimum. And perhaps I want these sassafras mats that I added that are available now. And I want to keep the available now grouping. But I want to combine the other 3 carts into one. So what I can do is at the very bottom of the within 15-day cart, or perhaps I want to move I would want to move I'm going to move the within 60-day grouping down to after 60 days, and I want to consolidate my shipments. And so what I can do is select the Consolidate Shipment bucket, click after 60 days, and hit Consolidate. And what that did is move all of those items into that grouping. I'm also going to decide to move this one item, and you can see that there's an availability language here with a link. It also will allow you to move the product into a different grouping one by one. So what I'm going to do is decide for that one item, I do want to group it and move it out of its individual cart and into the large grouping of carts. And so I'm going to hit Apply, and it will move that one item out of its own cart and create a separate cart. So now I have 2 carts, and I've consolidated 3 carts using 2 different methods. One of the carts is available now. The other one is very, very close to hitting that promotion level. So as I scroll down and go to my after 60-day grouping, I'm going to go ahead and add some more inventory onto these items so that I can try to hit the $500 level. And so when I scroll up to the top, I can now see that indeed I did add that and I hit the promotion level needed so that I could apply that promotion. The other great thing that I did was I did actually move this shopping cart after 60-day because I have spent over the $250, I was able to lower the cost of freight on that cart. So you can see your freight rate levels up at the top header of this cart area. You can see the subtotal and the freight rate. So in this situation, this one is a 10.95% freight rate. And the top one, the one that is available now, is 13.45 because it's under that minimum. So these are all things to note as you work through the cart. Again, I can make a change and request a different ship date. Perhaps I do want it earlier and I want to move it to maybe the 14th. I can choose to do so. I can choose to change the ship date as well. The thing to note is that in the items that are grouped together, it will not allow you to go any sooner than the first available of the items. Again, it will give you an estimated freight rate, tax, and a subtotal of all of your carts so that you can go ahead and hit checkout and it will apply all of these changes that you have made to the checkout process. If at any time you need assistance, feel free to contact us at our customer support desk. We are open from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have an online chat where if our team is available, you can feel free to chat with them right on the screen. And as always, thank you for shopping at Evergreen.